Oh man. All right, well, that ain't gonna work. I can't believe that I misread that. Oh boy, oh boy. That engine's about to break. Look at all those ants. Dang, they're mad. Okay, now it's time to pull my rope to the other side, because I'm going to do this branch next. Dang it. When these pieces land, I can feel them. Ah, crap, man. Get out into that. Deal with that. That sucks. Oh. Come on, you wiggle out of there. Go, go, go. Roar, roar, roar. It's too long. There we go. Scum sucking pig. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna clear this first. Get some weight out of the tree that I'm in. And yeah, maybe it'll hit it and clear it. There we go. That's a good idea. Let's do that. This one looks like a good candidate to do next. Think about where my climbing rope is. Sometimes you can just leave your climbing rope like right in your lap. Sometimes that's the safest place for it. I'll just put it right here. I want to do the same thing with this one. It's a big limb. We don't want it to tear down here, so we're gonna put a strap on it. I do at least 3 wraps. Four is a better one, and then finishing with that half hitch. That's nice. All right, now we can put that rope back down. Okay. So, ooh, bark beetles. Hey, we're thinking, what the heck is going on? Next thing you know, the whole ceiling gets ripped off from over their heads. All right, let's get up in there. Let's do 2 more. All right, I'm actually gonna do 3. Come on. Okay. 1, 2, 3. This one, I just hope it freaking pulls on out through that white oak. Oh, I could notch it a little bit and try to help it go that way. Oh crap, wasn't thinking. Oh dang it, I flooded it. All right, well, clear that flood, put that chain brake on, put it in the start position, hold the throttle down, and just pull and pull and pull. There she goes. There we go. Notch pretty outside the lean. The hinge is gonna break if I try that. I gotta re-aim. better. I might get away with that. Right. Woo, this tree is wobbling. Woo. Yep, she's a wobbler. Another pro tip here. I left that other side of this crown, the one I was more concerned about. You know, after I topped it, I chose not to chunk the rest of it down because having that extra log sitting there absorbs some of that sway of this tree. So that's nice. That's nice, you know. It's acting like baffling or ballast, either word, I think. But if you were to just clear that out, then, you know, you lose it. Hit it. Oh, it went right past it. Dadgummit. So I am gonna have to swing over there. I can't make this piece hit it. It's not leaning that way. Oh, my one chance and I missed it. By the way, the use of these slings I had to learn the hard way. I was in a big dead tree cutting out a huge leader and it just split straight down and pulled my lanyard in, and it pulled me up against the trunk so tight. And I mean, I was like having thoughts go through my head like, oh no, oh no. And then thankfully it just broke out and it didn't snag my lanyard as it fell. So I've learned. Protect yourself. Boom. She's topped. Okay. Ah! There we go. Okay. Okay. There you go. Come on, golf. That one made me wet. It's got all this nastiness. You could drink from that if you were thirsty. Check out how easily my Petzl eject will come back to me. This is a cool tool. Woo! Look at that. It's kind of freaky to think that you're like trusting your life to something that comes off so easily. No effort. Petzl engineered their anchor to be very safe. I will say that if you're like totally at the max, then don't use it, because you'll go to eject it and it'll get stuck. It'll actually get stuck on itself, so be careful. Like, I'm sort of at that max right now, because this little piece of webbing stops this thing from floating backwards. I'll probably not even use it right now, just to be safe. Let's do that. They screw it. Let's go there. They make a extension for bigger spars, you know, an extension webbing, but I don't want to get that. You could just easily make your own, of course. There's not a great way to store this retrieval ball with it, but all right. Okie doke. Let's tighten up our rope again. Get our lanyard just a little bit nicer, snugger. Come on. Boom! Woo! Look at all that nice intact oak. Okay, this will be the last cut with golf. Oh man. There we go. All right, I'm ready for Delta. All right, so I've switched back to the akimbo, and we're gonna do the rest of this tree SRT style, because the DDRT system has a hard time on just a blank spar like this, like unless you're using an anchor. It's got a strap that's long enough to go around the girth of this type of spar, which I don't. It's too cumbersome for me, so I'm just gonna do SRT instead. I should have cut a notch. Shoot. Oh, come on, get on you. There we go. Come on. Use the momentum. Come on. Oh gosh, darn it. Definitely should have cut a notch. Well, just sitting on a stump right now, so ought to be able to cut it off. Okay, that was humbling. Let's talk about coming down on an SRT anchor. All right, so I'm gonna use my tie off to help me out a little bit, but I have to be able to retrieve it afterwards. So put a carabiner in your choke loop and clip the tail through it. It's better if that's a pulley carabiner, but this will do just fine. Now, another thing you want to think about is you don't want this to get stuck in that narrow crotch, so we're gonna actually cut that section down. I'm gonna kind of flush cut it, so when I pull my loop free back down to me, it won't get stuck. So the last thing that you want to have to do is climb back up this after you've cut a big notch in it, because your rope got stuck. See, this technique doesn't work with the Rope Runner Pro, at least the manual would say not to. So, I don't like the Rope Runner Pro as much for that reason. Alright, let's go right here. At this point in the video, I forgot to turn my chainsaw off, so I'm trying to give great instructions on how to retrieve your SRT anchor, and you can barely hear anything I'm saying, so I'm just going to do this voiceover. First thing you want to do is make sure your lanyard is tight and that all your weight is on your lanyard. Weight test your lanyard. Then you're going to slack your SRT system, and two of the strands will move dynamically. Those are the two that form the belly going through the carabiner. When you pull on them, one of the strands won't move, and then if you pull on one of the other two strands, it'll move the other strand with it. And those are the two that you grab at the same time and pull until the carabiner is reaching you. Now, the rope can easily get stuck on little stubs and in crotches and stuff along the way. So the best thing to do really is to untie your running bowline or whatever other cinch knot you have, rather than trying to pull the expanded loop on down. Sometimes if the spar is really smooth, like a nice blank tulip tree stem or something, then you can just pull the whole loop. The whole loop will just open up and fall right to you, and then you can re-cinch it and adjust your device. But in this case, I untie that choke knot and then just simply re-lasso it around and re-tie the choke knot, and then adjust my akimbo and make sure you're under your notch, your face cut, and then you're good to go. You can kind of choke it off to one side opposite the way that you desire to lean. So this time I'm doing the slip figure 8, and I'm going to move it off to the left so that when I lean right, I'm it stays a lot tighter for me, okay? I try to explain that. The noise of the saw is going the entire time, so I apologize about that. Can't believe that sat back on me. All right, well, that's all right. If you didn't misjudge it too terribly, then you can just sort of tighten in your lanyard and get up as high on it as you can. Maximize that leverage. Give her a push. Oh man. All right, well, that ain't gonna work. I can't believe that I misread that. This tree is playing tricks on me. All right, so I'm gonna try to push up on it just enough so I can get this carabiner under it. Hey Jane, I'm gonna need that that ratchet with that that cone wedge thingamabob. Jane saves the day by passing me up this cone wedge, and I like almost never use this thing, so she didn't even know what it was, but she assembled it nicely. Anyway, comes with, you know, you can use a ratchet with it instead, but the idea is it'll just start to jack that up. Now look at that. I thought I sawed enough lean into there. I can't believe I didn't. All right, are you safe? I'm getting lift, but I don't know if I'm getting enough lift. That's the max. Well, no, I can turn it up to 1. Oh boy, it's a big log. Okay. Now, what I could do is I could whittle away at the hinge a bit, but boy, oh boy, if you misread that, you know, I mean, it looks like it's committed from that angle. As I look at it from this angle, it definitely played a trick on me. All right, that's it. That's all it wants to do. Clearing out a little bit of hinge wood so that this can drive in a bit deeper. Oh boy, oh boy. See if I can push it over now. Jeez. No, sir. I think I'm gonna need another wedge. two of the hard heads. All right, the impact is a lot faster, but Jane grabbed me the ratchet. I might be able to get more torque with it. Oh, please hold, please hold. Nice. Good job, honey. Let's see if I can get more pull out of it. Oh yeah, way more. Okay, so the impact is much faster to get started, but I can get so much more leverage and lift out of it with the with an actual ratchet handle. Okay. Will the chisel cone wedge save the day? That's the question, folks. Come on. Man, that's a lot of lift. I still have. Look at that. I've cut through my hand, just only being held by that much. I hope this is making for a good video. People can learn. I did not think that I needed a pullover rope on this. I thought for sure I had the, I mean, it looks like it's so heavy that side. This must just be better intact wood on this side. That's all I can think of. Nope. Blast. Blast it. Well, on the bright side, this is a cool illustration of how wedges work. I think I got it. I think I do. Oh yeah, she's committed. I think I can push her over now, maybe. Oh, that hinge is about to break. That hinge is about to break. Woo! Good night. That was embarrassing. Okay, so yeah, this thing did come in handy. I don't use it very often. I don't make that mistake very often, thank God. But man, when you need it, I guess. Well, I'm going to call that. This will be the end of the YouTube video. That's how we handled a pretty sketchy, hazardous dead tree, really large dead tree. Hopefully there were a lot of good tips in it for you guys. Subscribe to the channel. You guys stay safe out there. As always, stay safe.